Welcome to 600 days of hardcore Minecraft in an ocean-only world. If you haven't been following this series, I definitely recommend going to check out all the previous videos. I'll actually have a playlist linked down below. But in this 100 days, I wanted to set out with the ambitious goal of trying to achieve a netherite beacon, which is actually really difficult, and this video actually takes a weird turn. You'll see what I mean later. And if you guys go on to enjoy this video, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe, because a hefty percentage of you guys aren't even subscribed. Now that that's out of the way, here's 600 days. Day 501. Now that we're back, it's about time I hold up my end of the bargain. At the end of 500 ocean days, I said that the first 12 people to join my community Discord and type their favorite color in the general chat would get a fish named after them. So I went through and labeled all the name tags for the 12 people that joined, which costs a lot of XP, by the way. So you're lucky I love you. And then flew my way over to the fish tank. Now, I'll be honest, I don't really remember everyone's favorite color. So everyone gets a random fish. Afterwards, I figured I'd go check on all my villagers, see how they're doing. Seems like the potato boys are still hard at work, but for some reason the penthouse at Trader Towers is just getting flooded with iron golems again. Man, I hate these guys. So I pretty much just spent the rest of the day chopping down the iron golems. Day 502. I figured before all those iron golems spawn back, I should probably put down a bunch of carpets, so that'll just prevent them from spawning. But for that, I was gonna need wool. And to get wool in this world, I was gonna need a lot of string. And hey, look, now we're at the spider farm. I pretty much just spent the whole day at the spider farm because you guys know the best way to farming these things. You just AFK for a little bit and bam, a giant pile up. Then you can just chop away at them and get tons of string. Day 503, we're back at home. And I'm making all those carpets. And good thing, because the iron golems are already starting to spawn back. After laying down all the carpets, I got rid of that blockhead and then went down into the ocean to get some sea pickles so that I could be able to make some green glass because I want to upgrade my emerald beacon. I don't remember where I found out about this, but you just make some panes and then put it on top of the beacon and boom, it just changes the color of that beautiful beam. Honestly, I think it looks pretty poggers. Day 504 to 518. This was a long journey. I started off by checking the mob farm and man, that thing's pumping. I wish I would have remembered that I had this thing back when I needed some string. Oh well. Anyways, I grabbed all the gunpowder out of it so I can make loads of TNT for ancient debris mining. After crafting them all up, I ended up with almost 5 stacks of TNT, which if I'm going to want a netherite beacon, I was going to definitely need a whole lot more than that. After going into the nether, I made my way down to where we've been hollowing out a giant area, just mining for tons of ancient debris. And I would say that it was pretty successful. I mean, I would just mine out tons of tunnels and then blow them up. And I wasn't being stingy with the TNT either. I was laying them down real close because I wanted to be thorough about this. I hate when I find out that I was actually just missing ores the entire time, which it managed to pay off because we actually bagged... I managed to bag almost 4 stacks of ancient debris, which sounds like a lot, but honestly, it's really not. But I did hollow out a giant area. It's so big, in fact, that now you can even just fly around down here. I kind of just want to keep expanding this. This is just kind of epic. Day 519. We're back at home and I'm starting to smelt down all that ancient debris we got. And while waiting for those to smelt, I figured I'd get all my gold together, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And this is also where my game audio cuts out for some reason, so let's just not talk about that. Anyway, since I'm out of gold, I figured I'd go into the nether to go explore some bastions for that free gold. Or I thought it was free until I almost died to some piglins. But after cooking their bacon, I ran through this thing and stole all the gold I was gonna need. And on my way back, I stopped to mine some nuggets with my fortune pickaxe. That's when I remembered, actually. I have the OP gold farm on the roof. Oh, well, I pretty much got all the gold that I was gonna need for this. Day 520, I finished up by making all the netherite ingots and then turned them all into blocks. Remember when I said that it seemed like a lot of ancient debris? Well, yeah, it actually wasn't. Because all that actually just turned out to be 6 netherite blocks. And well, this is what it looks like. Just 6 blocks. Not a whole lot, actually. Regardless, I decided that I was going to try to transform the emerald beacon into a fully netherite one. So give this video a like if you want to see that transformation happen. Day 521 to 528. I started off the day by going to visit Chickpea because I completely forgot about him and I know how much you guys love him. Afterwards, I went to go see how the cartographer was doing, but he's still giving me the cold shoulder. Well, now that that visit's out of the way, time to get back on the grind. And since this mob farm is just so OP, I decided to extend it by a bunch of levels, which unfortunately starts with the tedious process of tearing down the giant roof. But after that, I had to build up each platform for all the mobs to spawn on. And after all that's done, I had to put another giant roof on the top of this beast. Dang, this thing's big. It's actually above the clouds now. Then I had to add all the water buckets to each of the dispensers. And then it was time to flip it on and give it a test. But it doesn't look like it's working. Hold on, turns out my observers are facing the wrong way, so I had to go and flip each one of them. But now it's looking good. Day 529 to 530. I decided to build a platform above the farm to be able to AFK in it, just to see how OP this thing really is. But AFKing for one day kind of turned into two because I got a little distracted. But when I got back, man, this thing was cranking. I mean, look at all these mobs in this thing, and the chests are already filling up so fast. So because of that, on day 531, I spent the entire time just cleaning out the mob farm and organizing all the gunpowder. Because once I have a full chest of gunpowder, I think I'm gonna go back to netherite mining, which honestly, it doesn't seem like it's gonna take very long anyways. After that, I decided to set up some more chests and hoppers for this farm, since it seems like it's gonna be overflowing if I just look away from it. But while I was setting it up, there was actually a skeleton that he's just kind of OP. He just kind of ran against the current of the water and then jumped into the ocean and started doing some 360s. Okay. And then on day 532 to 533, I spent the whole time just doing stonks with villagers. Hold on, I gotta pop up on my screen.
Guys, I need your help. Paul trapped me in his phone and he's not letting me out until we hit 1 million subscribers. I know I'm just an invisible jobless pizza person, but I can't live like this. So if you want to save John Cena, I mean the pizza person, please subscribe now so we can get to 1 million before Paul makes me into an app and uninstalls his pizza service permanently. But if not, it's cool, thanks bro.
And since I have loads of string, I decided to turn it all into wool, so that then I can make a shepherd villager and make a bunch of stonks off of wool also. But I wanted to get the shepherd down below so that I could be able to zombify him and get the best deals possible. And so I figured the best method to getting him down would just be popping a hole in the ground and pushing him into it, which actually kind of worked. After getting him down there and zombifying him and a bunch of other villagers, and while waiting for them to transform back, I figured I'd just clean out the iron farm. Oh no, I paused and I don't know when I paused. Frick. And on day 534, I decided after using all those name tags, I should head over to the XP farm in the nether, so I could be able to get all my levels back up. I like to try to stay above level 50. But after arriving and AFKing for a bit too long, I flew all the way down to gather up all the XP, and I thought for sure my game was gonna crash. I mean, this thing was so laggy. I mean, just look at it. Luckily, my OP computer held strong, and I managed to suck up all those levels.
What the?
Then I went through all the trash items that was causing all sorts of lag. And I know people are going to comment that I should hook this up to a hopper system and then go into a furnace to be able to get more gold, but I'm just honestly too lazy. We'll save that for another day. And on day 535, I decided to fly on the roof of the nether so I could fast travel all the way out to that giant sand island that we found a long time ago, so I could just shovel my life away and have all the sand I was going to need for TNT later. Day 536 to 542. We're back at home and I'm doing tons of stonks. Well, that is after I transform all my villagers again. You guys know I'm trying to get them sweet discounts. But while waiting for them to transform back into villagers, I need to get a bunch more potions of weakening, since I'm actually just flying through these things now. But regardless, I pretty much just spent the entire time just doing tons of trades, becoming stupid rich off this mob farm, since almost all the villagers just buy mob parts. I even managed to get my farmer all the way down to 1 potato for 1 emerald trade. Then I also got my brew boy to 1 rotten flesh for 1 emerald trade. All these 1 emerald trades are just making me go crazy. I love these discounts. The trades were so OP, I even managed to get 8.5 stacks of emeralds in such a short amount of time. And you might be wondering what I'm going to be doing with all these emeralds, but that's going to be for a project later. Don't worry about it. Day 543, it's time to finally craft up all the TNT I can. Well, kind of crafting all of it. I ran out of sand and I'm just way too lazy to fly all the way back to that island to shovel up some more. But I still ended up with almost 7 stacks of TNT, so we should be fine for now. I'll just save the rest of the gunpowder for a big explosion later. Day 544 to 564. I spent an insane amount of time in the nether. I was feeling super determined at the time to be able to get all the netherite I was going to need. So I went back down into the hollows, mined out a giant line for TNT, but that's when I realized that I should have probably brought some fire resistance potions because lava's just relentless. So I wasted some time mining up some gold to do some trades with piglins, and now I only managed to get 1 fire red. progress. Well, I mean, I guess it helped a little bit. Afterwards, I finished up laying tons of TNT and set it off. But after the TNT explosions, it just revealed an insane amount of lava, which was mildly triggering, and I was just honestly getting tired of mining down here. It was pretty clear that I was just going underneath a lava lake. But lava lack. Hold on, let me just... It's causing way too many problems. So I mined up all the ancient debris that I could and left, so that I could be able to find some new fresh lands. And after finding a new area that seemed like it was far enough away from a lava lake, I mined a really long snake tunnel that just linked up all the TNT that I placed, so that it would just automatically start blowing it up and making a giant room, which was insanely time consuming, but also really satisfying. After laying down all that TNT, something triggered it and lighted it. Hello? Something triggered it and lit the TNT. I'm assuming it's just lava, but regardless, it revealed a ton of ancient debris. I went through the trouble of plugging up all the lava just so I could be able to look out and just see all those ancient debris floating around. In the end, I managed to mine up over 3 stacks of ancient debris, which again, sounds like a lot, but we all know how this is going to turn out. Day 565. We're back at home and we're smelting down all those ancient debris. But while waiting for them to smelt, I knew I wasn't going to have enough gold, so I quickly ran to the gold farm and just AFK'd for most of the day, just to make sure I got all the gold that I was going to need. But things got a little out of hand again, and the XP tried destroying my computer. But we managed to pull through, and I got all the gold that I was going to need. So now it's time to craft up all those netherite blocks, which ended up only being 6 blocks again. So I placed them on the beacon, and it's definitely starting to look good. But I'm also realizing that there's 0 chance that I'm going to be able to finish this in 100 days. Yeah. So on day 566, I decided to start on a new project. I wanted to transform the main areas of my base to have an emerald floor. I think this will look like an absolute flex, but something about emeralds that just looks so good. And the sound when you walk on them. Oh, so nice. I used up all the emeralds that I currently have. I managed to make a ring around my house platform, and honestly, just even as an accent block, I mean, it's looking pretty fire. But I knew this was going to be a massive project, and probably one of the most time-consuming, frustrating projects I've done out of this entire series yet. So this better pay off. But on day 567 to 600, man, I dealt with a lot of villagers. I pretty much just spent the entire time trading with villagers. And since this is such a long and tedious process, I'll just have my editor Jake slap together a really nice looking montage for you guys. I paused and I don't know why I thought I just hit record again, but yeah, either way, here we go. But during all this time, I actually learned a lot about villagers. Like, apparently they actually have a max amount of sales that they could even do in one day, which made it super annoying. So then I started even trading with all the villagers at the top of the penthouse, and of course got the potato boys involved. But after tons and tons of trades, by day 584, I had my entire base platform completely made out of emeralds, which means that the nether portal platform was next. And I managed to finish that off by day 596. That's when I realized it would be kind of cool if I actually made all the littler islands out of other ores. Like maybe the left side out of gold or the right side out of iron, you know, diamonds, something. I don't know, comment down below. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. But I managed to finish off the Shake Shack platform on the morning of day 600, which is perfect because that actually gives me just enough time to do some B-roll. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was insanely stressful and frustrating at times, but I honestly had a lot of fun with it. Remember to drop a like and a comment down below if you want to see that netherite beacon transformation. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys subscribe for more content. And on that note, I will see you guys in the next one.